Industry. Yotel hotels feature small cabin-style rooms. The hotel is located inside airport terminals. While compact, each room has a full bathroom, bed, flat-screen TV, and MP3 player. The rooms can be rented overnight or for a few hours, making it ideal for people waiting on delayed flights. Prices start at $50 for 4 hours and $110 for an overnight stay. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 6 starts right now.
Live from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Fists fly on an airplane into Newport News, and a woman is led away in handcuffs. Now police are trying to determine exactly what happened on AirTran Flight 904 from Atlanta. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Harris.
And I'm Alvita Ewell. Witnesses say the woman assaulted 4 people, including a flight attendant. Now, 10 on your side, Shannon Powell picks up the story live out of Newport News, Williamsburg International Airport right now. Shannon?
Alvita, no one really knows why this woman just all of a sudden, as we hear from many passengers, she just started kicking, screaming, and yelling obscenities. But what she did created some very scary, tense moments on a flight coming from Atlanta. She was escorted away in handcuffs. From Chopper 10, you can see this woman is calm now. But no one knows why she started behaving bizarrely on AirTran Flight 904.
She had been drinking, and I think that it just got to her, and she started hallucinating. Hit my friend with her fists and was yelling things. I mean, she grabbed my arm.
Marsha Johnson sat right beside the woman during the flight. She says that the woman was perfectly fine and friendly. Then all of a sudden, after 2 drinks, the woman lost control.
I tried to talk to the lady and she would not be subdued, so the attendant restrained her.
She says passengers on the flight were very nervous and quiet during the ordeal. Even though the woman kicked, screamed, and yelled for nearly 20 minutes, passengers credit flight attendants with keeping order.
They were outstanding, so they controlled the situation. We never felt in any danger at all.
Because this ordeal took place on an airplane, the FBI has taken over this investigation, and they are having the woman evaluated to determine if her behavior was the result of a medical condition. Right now, they have not released any more information about who she is or what was going on that plane. Reporting live in Newport News, Shannon Powell, 10 on your side.
A Chesapeake man is dead and a police officer pulled the trigger. Investigators say the officer tried to stop Jermaine Savage in a car on Deaton Drive. They say this led to a shootout, which ended with the officer killing Savage. 10 on your side's Ava Hurdle has the story.
Police say 24-year-old Jermaine Savage was driving this black Nissan Sentra when police pulled him over at Deaton Court and Deaton Drive. But they say he got out of the car and opened fire. The police officer shot back. Clint Ketchum lives nearby and heard the gunfire.
I heard a bunch of yelling outside, then I heard get down, and then I heard the gunshots keep firing. So at that point, I really didn't know. Then I looked out my window, and I seen a dude laying on the ground. Cops were pointing a gun at him. He had a gun beside him. There was cops around him.
Police say Savage was taken to a hospital where he later died. A spokeswoman describes what led up to the fatal shooting.
It appears that there were no license plates on the vehicle, so that could have been the initial reason for stopping the car.
The unnamed officer was not hurt.
It's standard procedure for an internal investigation to be completed as well as a criminal investigation. Usually administrative leave or administrative duties is given to the officer.
Meantime, at least 3 homes were hit by stray bullets, including this one. Kenneth Williams was in another room at the time.
A bullet went right up on the end of the house and made a hole and knocked some paint off in my kitchen, off the wall.
You weren't hurt?
No. It scared me though.
Ava Hurdle reporting. Suffolk police say they are trying to find a bank robber. The man walked into the First Federal Savings Bank on North Main Street with a duffel bag and demanded cash. Chopper 10 gives you an aerial view of the scene just after 12:15 this afternoon. The suspect got away without hurting anyone.
Well, the heat is now on as we move into yet another day of temperatures pushing into the 90s. But now some are getting some heat relief in the form of a lot of rain. So Chief Meteorologist Don Slater is at the Super Alpha Weather Center tonight. Don, where isn't the rain right now, huh?
Well, the thing about it is some of us have gotten rain, and right over our studios we got a gully washer, but everywhere around there was no rain at all. So again, some of us have seen very heavy rain, others have seen not any rain at all. Here's a look at what's going on in a wide view of Super Doppler 10 Live, and we're starting to see a little bit more development right on into here from western Suffolk on through northern Southampton County into Isle of Wight County just a bit, and certainly into Sussex County. No warnings right now on Super Doppler 10 Live or anywhere within the area, but again, you can see all the lightning, heavy rain. This is the area to watch right through here, and we'll watch it for you and have an update. And when we're going to get some of that heat relief too in our forecast, just a few minutes.
Well, people in Washington County, North Carolina said, not in my backyard. So the Navy is looking for other possible sites for the controversial outlying landing field. And all 10 of those sites are right here in Virginia. They're broken down in 5 separate locations: King and Queen, Surrey, Southampton, Sussex, and Greensville counties. 10 on your side's military reporter Melanie Woodrow gives us a closer look at that proposal.
It's so peaceful and calm. And
Debbie Mintz says it's that peace and calm that brought her from the city to Surrey County 20 years ago.
I just love it in Surrey.
But now she worries that could change as the Navy considers building an outlying jet landing field here. Up until now, the Navy's preferred site has been Washington County, North Carolina. Today, Governor Tim Kaine's office identified 10 potential sites in 5 Virginia counties, 1 in King and Queen County, 3 in Southampton, 1 straddling Sussex and Southampton, 1 in Sussex, 1 in Greensville, and 3 where Debbie Mintz lives in Surrey County. The additional site choices come after North Carolina residents objected to alternatives in their state.
If a plane crashed, nuclear power plant, something like that, I don't know if Surrey would be prepared to handle something like that.
In addition to Surrey's nuclear power plant, Mintz worries about the damage to farmland and wildlife, including bald eagles.
They're just gorgeous.
A spokesperson for the Navy says it will take 60 days to review whether the sites identified in Virginia potentially meet the Navy's criteria for an outlying landing field, but says the Navy's preferred site of Washington County, North Carolina, has not changed. Meantime, the Surrey County administrator says the county will be doing its own study.
Obviously, if there's any economic impact, or be it positive, we want to reap the benefits of that. But if the negatives outweigh the positives, then I would believe we need to look at that.
That was Melanie Woodrow reporting tonight. Well, today's announcement is just a preliminary step. If the Navy picks one of those sites in Virginia for the OLF, it would first go through a rigorous environmental review and include public comment sessions. A Portsmouth-based Coast Guard cutter is home tonight. Chopper 10 was there as the Harriet Lane returned from a 58-day Caribbean patrol. While deployed, the crew rescued 4 Colombians from their fishing boat before it sank. A man shot 10 times at a popular Norfolk club.
It set off a chain reaction of events that closed the night spot. Now city leaders give it another chance, but with some changes. Plus,
in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, you can find plenty of sun, sand, and surf here, but some say you can't find affordable housing. One local group is planning to turn that all around. I'm Cheryl Tan with details coming up.
You're watching WAVY News 10 live from the station on your side.
I know this is a difficult time, but you need to know that you're not alone.
You're really gonna have to think about the choices that you make. It's one of the most important decisions you'll be making.
You need to go to Hall.
Hall.
For 34 years, Hall Automotive has been helping people choose the right cars and trucks for them with the largest selection and best prices of any auto group around. Hall Automotive. More cars, great people.
Wake up with WAVY and see the newest member of the morning team.
Now I'm part of the morning team in the studio, keeping an eye on your commute with 10 time saver traffic.
And I'm still in the air with Chopper 10, giving you a bird's eye view of the gridlock and alternate routes.
And together, we're covering traffic
like never before.
See traffic jam cams and detailed maps of your route with Cheryl and the morning team. Start your day with the WAVY team every weekday morning.
On your side today.
Nominate an extraordinary volunteer in your community for the Jefferson Awards. Call or log on today.
Named Rolling Stone's new guitar hero, BlackBerry presents John Mayer. July 30th at Verizon Wireless Virginia Beach Amphitheater. John Mayer, live. With special guests, Ben Folds.
I'm rocking the summer.
And James Morrison. Tickets are on sale now at the Hardee's Thick Burger box office at the amphitheater, by phone or online. Lawn packs available for just $99 plus parking and service charge.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where you're the customer, not the insurance company.
Why risk falling off a ladder to clean your gutters? Look into Leaf Guard's seamless one-piece gutter system that keeps your gutters running free and clear. From Starling Guttering, WAVY's expert on your side.
Hey, you work for Alltel, right?
Yeah, Chad.
I've been making a lot of calls lately, and I want to change my plan, but my wireless company makes me extend my contract.
At Alltel, you can change your plan at any time without extending your contract.
Thinking about leaving us?
Yeah.
I wouldn't if you ever want to see Fluffy again.
But that's not my dog.
Fluffy? Abort!
Hey!
Take the challenge and join America's largest network. Switch today risk-free.
Tonight on WAVY News 10 at 6, an update a lot of people have been waiting for.
That's right. The Granby Theater in Norfolk will reopen at the end of this month. The city shut down the venue on Granby Street after a man was shot 10 times during a hip-hop concert there in March. 10 on your side's Mary Kay Maloney was there this afternoon when City Council voted unanimously to give the club the green light. But Mary Kay, some changes will have to be made. What are they?
Yeah, absolutely, Stephanie. There are going to be several restrictions placed on the venue here. City Council clearly said today to the owner, we're going to be watching you like a hawk. You know, there were several bad incidents here, so that's why they said that. With that said, though, the owner is very excited to be opening his doors again and be allowed to sell alcohol. The owner of Granby Theater, Bobby Wright, sat in City Council chambers waiting on the vote. On the other side of the room, the family of the man who was shot. Today, Thomas Holmes is still in the hospital in a coma. The night he was struck by 10 bullets during a hip-hop concert. City leaders said enough is enough and yanked the owner's permit, shutting the place down. Norfolk Mayor Paul Frames said today the club was a problem from the start with a long list of fire and safety code violations.
Within a matter of a few months, the Premier Theater was cited, on 2 occasions for, the sprinkler not working. The type of things, the fire extinguishers not being there. That's not something that we're going to tolerate.
The council, while giving the owner the go-ahead to reopen, also gave him some restrictions. First, the crowds they let in will have to be smaller. They must reduce the hours of operation, have fewer hours for alcohol sales. The owner says he will avoid hip-hop concerts, and the city is giving him a permit for just 1 year to start. Michael Muhammad, who represents the victim's family, says they're not satisfied.
The opening, the family is not against the opening of the facility, but what the family is against is this shabby security plan that they have offered.
Granby Theater's owner promises to have tighter security. He hopes to open July 27th. And the owner says while he will avoid hip-hop shows, he is going to be having soul and jazz shows here. Live in Norfolk, Mary Kay Maloney, 10 on your side.
Coming up next at 6, triumph after tragedy.
A 9-year-old boy's death leads to a change in a Hampton Roads community.
Looking for help planning your child's summer? The online summer camp guide at WAVY.com.
Next, E.T. Rachel Ray fights back. More from her interview defending her marriage. Plus, Eva Longoria's official wedding photos. Then Scott Baio's vow of celibacy. And plus-size Monique naked. Next, E.T.
Tuesday at 7 on WAVY TV 10.
Concert information from the Verizon Wireless Virginia Beach Amphitheater.
Toby Keith, 311, and Nickelback. Get your tickets now.
A lot of people out there could use a little help. Volunteering just an hour a week can make a real difference in someone's life. Yours.
My wife. She was concerned when I said I wanted to say goodbye to our telephone company forever. It's so expensive. She said, but we can't miss a call from our grandkids. Well, Cox Digital Telephone Service made it easy. We've got all the features we want, plus we kept our phone number. And best of all, we get one low monthly price. She said, I'll believe it when I see it. Now she's a believer.
Start saving more than ever with Cox Digital Telephone Service. Get more than ever for less than $20 a month every month. Call 757-609-3927. Whether you talk a lot or whether you talk a little, Cox has a low-cost plan for you. Call now for Cox Digital Telephone Service. 757-609-3927. Make the easy switch to Cox and start saving. On the next Access Hollywood, brand new Nick Lachey.
His first interview since his X-rated hot tub romp with Vanessa went public.
Next Access Hollywood.
Tuesday at 7:30 on WAVY TV 10.
Yo, what your boys got there?
It's a pizzone.
That's huge.
Delicious.
So...
No. It's back. The Pizza Hut Pizzone is yours alone. Over 1 pound of melted cheese and tasty toppings baked in a pizza crust. A biggie for the tiny price of $5.99. Or get 2 for $10.99. Tackle your hunger with classic meaty or pepperoni.
Hey, Mooch, you want one?
Yeah. Order up. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
Tonight, Chesapeake City Council will finalize plans to install a $250,000 traffic signal. Now, this is at the site where a truck hit and killed a 9-year-old boy last week. Police say Oman Graham stepped out onto Airline Boulevard in front of a pickup truck and died. The driver wasn't charged, but Graham's death highlights the need for a traffic signal at Airline and Ahoy Drive. The city of Chesapeake had already budgeted money for the signal at the intersection and claims the lights can be installed in 9 months.
Since it didn't technically satisfy the minimum warrants as per the federal guidelines, it didn't qualify for other funding streams such as state or federal monies, so it had to be funded with 100% local money.
City Council is meeting in 30 minutes to take up the matter. Oman Graham's father is expected to speak. The term affordable housing is getting new meaning along the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
And in this beachfront community, property values have risen as high as the tide. Well, now in Kill Devil Hills, private developers are taking the reins to provide homes for less. 20 townhomes will soon be under construction on Corrigan Street. As on your side, Cheryl Tan reports the starting price for most of the properties is $170,000.
Sun, surf, and sand. There's plenty to be found along North Carolina's Outer Banks. But affordable homes, that's another story.
Well, the reality was that people came here because of the location and ended up working 2 and 3 jobs to stay here. And it became no life to live.
In Dare County, the average home sells for $355,000. Some say for sale signs just don't offer much hope for the everyday Joe. The median income for a family of 4 stands at just under $58,000. That's where Derek and Christy Stallings step in.
Only 1.5 acres of this is ours, but I feel like we're in the prime position here from 8th Street all the way to Run Hill.
On this 1.5-acre plot in Kill Devil Hills, next to an elementary school and nature trails, 20 townhomes will soon be under construction. The price tag on 15 of the properties, $170,000 each. 5 units will be sold for market price, each at $225,000. Prices made possible with the help of the Outer Banks Community Development Corporation and local leaders.
When we first started, we did an affordable housing study to actually measure the magnitude of the problem. And interestingly enough, about 70% of our 35,000 people that live here year-round fit into the need category.
It makes it impossible for our people that are serving this county to be able to afford to live here.
The Outer Banks CDC is already looking ahead to its next project, another workforce housing community, this one on Hatteras Island. First, though, this one has to get underway, and it will soon. Groundbreaking is set for July 30th. In Kill Devil Hills, I'm Cheryl Tan, 10 on your side.
And those first townhomes could be ready to be moved in by the winter.
Always live, always on your side. Super Doppler 10.
And some of us are getting some rain relief, but too much is falling very, very hard across parts of the area. Here's a look at what's going on Super Doppler 10 Live on a time-lapse sequence. Things have been moving along fairly rapidly, moving eastward at a real good clip, and then they've really slowed down in the past couple of hours. We'll zoom on in for a little bit closer view of things, and you can see that we did have some very heavy rain over parts of Portsmouth a little bit earlier on, and we'll show you that too. We'll zoom on into the Hampton Road cities. You can see our lightning tracker, though, lit up between basically about the Chuckatuck area on to the north of Windsor and on toward about Wakefield, right along Route 460, General Mahone Highway. That's where the biggest action is right now through the area. Some very, very heavy rain and obviously lots of lightning with that, and we are likely seeing some spots of some hail with that as well, some small hail. Into the Hampton Road cities, we did have some very heavy rain over parts of Portsmouth and toward downtown Norfolk, but that's all gone. We have to look westward again, just to the west of the northwest of the Chuckatuck area, almost into Chuckatuck itself, north of Lake Prince Meadows, and then on westward towards Zuni. We move a little bit farther to the west along this line, and we are seeing occasionally a little bit of a pop of hail right about through here, just to the southeast of the Wakefield area right now. You can see a little bit of a pop of some small hail here. So again, some fairly good-sized thunderstorms along this whole line, right along Route 460. We'll go a little bit farther out and show you what's going on into the area, and we are again seeing some fairly heavy thunderstorms all the way up into Wakefield. Widen the picture back out a little bit. Lots of lightning with this on down to Cortland, and we move a little bit farther to the south where we have seen very heavy rain, and that has weakened considerably toward the Ahoskie area into Hertford and Bertie County. Again, the biggest rain right now is into Isle of Wight County, northern Southampton County, and also toward the Wakefield area, right along Route 460, right about through here. No warnings are in effect. What's going on? The bigger picture. Again, you can see everything dropping eastward and southeastward and then tending to slow down, not fall apart yet. You'll note the bulk of this is concentrated from the Virginia-North Carolina line southward. By 9 o'clock, I think Future Track has a good handle on things. It's into mostly North Carolina, but still some rain and much needed rain into the area. Here's where we are 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Pretty quiet tomorrow, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. Here's where we are by the end of the day, though. By the evening hours, likely to see a few showers and thunderstorms overnight. They're gone by Thursday. Thursday is looking pretty good. Here's where we are at the noon hour. Coming up on Thursday, a little bit more of a northeasterly breeze by the end of the day. Here's some of that rain moving through Portsmouth and very heavy at times, but then it's fallen apart. Temperatures mostly into the 80s to around the 90-degree mark right now, after highs into the low 90s. Tomorrow, more like mid-90s. That rain should not bother us during the daylight hours, likely to be more toward the evening hours, and then a little bit cooler, more comfortable after that. Check out the Wavy weather station.
Thanks, Don. Major League Baseball stages its all-star game tonight, and more than just bragging rights are on the line.
And this 14-year-old surfer is so good, she's taking her board on the road. Bruce has that story coming up next.
Try Arby's new popcorn chicken shakers. So big and juicy, others don't compare. Made with 100% natural all-white meat chicken. Add as much or as little buffalo or barbecue sauce as you'd like, then just shake it up. It's a whole new flavor experience that'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Be prepared this hurricane season with your free Super Doppler 10 Hurricane Ready Guide.
Inside is packed with vital information to help you through the storm. Important numbers, helpful checklists, a tracking map, and more.
Stay tuned to WAVY TV 10 and WAVY.com for the most up-to-date hurricane coverage.
And pick up your free Hurricane Ready Guide at Farm Fresh, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, R.S. Andrews, and First Atlantic Restoration, only from the station on your side.
Try Arby's new popcorn chicken shakers. So big and juicy, others don't compare. Made with 100% natural all-white meat chicken. Add as much or as little buffalo or barbecue sauce as you'd like, then just shake it up. It's a whole new flavor experience that'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Nominate an extraordinary volunteer in your community for the Jefferson Awards. Call or log on today.
As a patient at Cardiology and Arrhythmia Consultants, your physician guides you through all the stages of your care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. Our second office in Harborview is now open. Learn more about CAC at WAVY.com's Help on Your Side.
The Jefferson Awards give honor and recognition to the committed volunteers who serve our community. Nominate one of these extraordinary volunteers by logging on to WAVY.com or calling this number today.
The Jefferson Awards are proudly sponsored by WAVY TV and partners on your side.
Like I said, we live in a society where the individual ego and the group dynamic are in constant struggle.
Response? Yeah, I have a response. What?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Nobody said this was going to be easy.
Now see, if Geico.com had taken that approach, instead of telling everyone it's so easy a caveman can do it, I wouldn't be having an existential meltdown. right now.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Switch to Intello's wireless and you'll be talking on the latest phones, like other travelers. But you're calling on a nationwide network that covers 96% of the population with no roaming. And our unlimited nationwide calling is such a good value, it's kind of like finding money everywhere you go. Compare your plan to Intello's. You'll like what you find. Because our free razor is held over through July 11th. So hurry, our free razor offer ends soon. Intello's, no one else compares.
All-star game tonight, so Barry Bond's going to show up for this one?
You'll be there? You're going to let the boys stay up and watch the game?
No, they stayed up last night for the home run derby. 2 nights in a row would be too much.
Mommy
too
said
much.
you can watch the whole game.
Oh,
Will
no.
Giant Barry Bonds hit a homer in his hometown park? Will the National League finally get a win? Those are a couple of the stories surrounding tonight's 75th All-Star game out in San Francisco. The American League has dominated All-Star competition for almost 2 decades, winning 15 of the last 18 games and the last 9 in a row, not counting that tie in Milwaukee back in 2002. There is a reward for the winner, home field advantage in the World Series, but Justin Verlander, that did not help your Detroit Tigers last year when you were beaten by the Cardinals in 5 games.
It's just going to be a fun time, and really we're just going to go out there and just play, and whoever wins, wins. And, you know, we had home field advantage last year and couldn't get the W, so we'll see.
You can see the All-Star game tonight at 8 o'clock on Fox 43. Here's a good summer story. There are a lot of guys surfing out there, but what about the girls? Ahmed Fareed found one young lady in Virginia Beach who is so good, she's taking her game to Australia.
A busy day at the beach, the water crowded with surfers, mostly boys. But if you look closely, you'll spot a prodigy, and her name is Kate Easton.
When I walk down to the beach, I think they look at me and say, man, what can that girl do? And I go out there and show them what I can do.
If you go to the beach, chances are you'll see Kate, sometimes showing up at 10 in the morning and not leaving until 8 at night.
Every day, whatever I can, whenever there are waves. If there's a little something, I'll go out. And just on days like this, when it's beautiful outside, it just makes it even better.
At only 14 years old, Kate has been surfing for about half her life, and now she's getting an opportunity of a lifetime. Kate is part of a very select group, including only the best young surfers on the East Coast, chosen to surf, train, and camp in Australia and New Zealand for 3 weeks this summer.
I'm so excited. Being a 14-year-old surfer, especially a girl, it's amazing. I'm so stoked on it.
Kate learned young from her dad, Bud, a surfer for years who groomed a little surfer 6 years ago.
He's just been great with me. He takes me everywhere, takes me to contests. He'll drive down to Florida. He'll take me to Costa Rica. He'll do anything for me.
Dad taught her everything she knows, but what I want to know is, how does she make it look so easy?
Practice makes perfect.
In Virginia Beach, I'm Ahmed Fareed reporting.
And she's a very nice young lady as well.
You go, Kate. Girl power.
That's right.
That wraps things up for WAVY News 10 and 6. We're signing off now on TV, but we're still online.
That's right. For updates anytime, go to our website, WAVY.com. We'll see you back here at 11.
This show's my favorite. Mine too. Hey, did you know some species of ants can bite and sting? Like the ones under our carpet. I'm calling Terminix.
What does your home know that you don't? For the ultimate protection more families rely on, call 1-800-TERMINX.
Toby Keith's Big Dog Daddy Tour, presented by Ford F-Series. 2-time Entertainer of the Year, over 30 million albums sold, and 22 #1 hits. Friday, July 13th at Verizon Wireless Virginia Beach Amphitheater, with very special guest Miranda Lambert and Flintville Drave. Reserve seats are on sale now. Presented by Live Nation. Big Dog Daddy available at Target on June 12th.
To me, success is a career in healthcare, making a good living and a difference in the world. To get a great position as a medical assistant, I needed my college degree, not just a certificate. I earned it and received a lot more at Bryant and Stratton College. My professors really cared about my success and taught me how to believe in myself.
Call now for an information kit.
Bryant and Stratton College helped change my life. Now I'm helping to care for the lives of others.
NBC Tonight starts at 8/7 Central with America's Got Talent in Vegas, where the best get a chance to shine.
This is your moment.
Then it's the premiere of The Singing Bee.
Do you love me now that I can dance?
Joey Fatone hosts the singing event of the summer.
You don't have to sing it well, you just gotta sing it right.
An all-new America's Got Talent, followed by the premiere of The Singing Bee, tonight on NBC.
TV, internet, phone, communication vehicles. Add high-octane fuel, increase clarity and speed. So let's compare. $102 for Cox Comgas or $79.95 for Cav Gas. Fill her up at Cavalier. Digital TV, high-speed internet, and phone, just $79.95. High-octane, low price. Drive to fuel.cavtel.com or call 888-GAS-1938. Cavalier, let us turn you on.
Wednesday, just as the sun goes down in Virginia, so will every price in Virginia's furniture store. If you can wait till 4 p.m. Wednesday, you'll save up to 70% off everything inside Hanes. And every price will stay down for the next 7 hours. All furniture, all carpet, all rugs and flooring. But at 11 p.m., every markdown disappears, never to see the light of day. What happens Wednesday to every price can only happen for one night. At 4 p.m. Wednesday, sundown means markdowns on everything at Hanes.
Morning, Sandy.
Morning.
Hey, did you know that roaches can carry up to 40 different types of disease-causing bacteria? Like the big ones under your fridge.
I'm calling Terminix.
What does your home know that you don't? For the ultimate protection more families rely on, call 1-800-TERMINX.
50 years of serving Hampton Roads. This is WAVY Television.
John Cameron's great.
President Bush declares we just started the troop surge in Iraq, brushing off new pressures to change course. New and perhaps confusing evidence that eating tomato products does not help prevent some cancers. Shedding light on some of the Iraq War's hidden victims, young female exiles selling themselves in a desperate attempt to survive. And on one of baseball's biggest nights, some perspective on a controversial giant of the sport moving in on a big record.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. Not long ago tonight, we received word of a serious attack on the so-called heavily fortified Green Zone in Baghdad, where the U.S. is headquartered. 3 people are said to be dead, including 1 member of U.S. Armed Forces. Just hours before that, the